I am so sick and tired of every time you hear the worst news possible. Guess what? Jamaica is not too far from that going down. The level of violence and ignorance and bad mind and illiteracy in the blood veins of most Jamaicans is finally showing its real head. Or else these levels of atrocities could not be possibly happening. In the news, here we have it again. A violent rampage rocked Far Rockaway, Queens on Sunday morning. The police said a man stabbed his own family to death, killing 4 people, including 2 children, before attacking 2 responding police officers. A long driveway leading up to homes off of Beach 22nd Street was opened up and the wreckage left behind from the early morning disturbing chains of events. Neighbors on Beach 22nd Street awoke to a crime scene with the sounds of gunshots just after 5 a.m. Police said a girl called 911 saying her cousin stabbed and killed her family members. One neighbor saw the girl outside. The girl, I seen her running with no shoes on. She wasn't saying anything. She was just running trying to get help, the neighbor said. The police said the suspect, identified as 38-year-old Courtney Gordon of the Bronx, was visiting family at the Far Rockaway home. 2 responding officers found him at the end of the driveway carrying luggage. They engaged him in a short, casual conversation. Did you hear anything? You know what's going on? And the male kind of nodded, and then he drew a knife off his purse and immediately attacked both police officers, slashed the first officer in the neck and the second officer in the head. NYPD Chief of Department Jeffrey Madre said. One officer, a 28-year-old veteran, shot and killed Gordon at the home. Police found an 11-year-old girl, a 12-year-old boy, a 44-year-old woman, and a man in his 30s, all dead with stab wounds. They also found a 61-year-old woman with stab wounds who was taken to the hospital in critical condition. Police said before Gordon walked out of the home, he set a couch by the front door on fire. Police had to wait for firefighters to arrive before they could go inside. A neighbor across the street who didn't want to be identified heard arguing outside the home the night before. I put my ear near the window and I just heard a guy just ranting, the neighbor said. Whatever happened was terrible, especially what happened to the kids. Neighbor Amisha Paula added. Paul's family lived a couple doors down and had to evacuate because of the fire. She and her neighbors said they are heartbroken by the tragedy. Walter White's young daughter often played with the 2 children who died. The kids that live in the area are very nice kids. White said he played at the park every day and it's really unfortunate. Police said Gordon had 1 prior arrest for strangling someone in a domestic incident in the Bronx. While some officers remained on the scene Sunday night, others lined up outside Jamaica Hospital to show support for one of their injured brothers who was released. He gave thumbs up to show he's okay. These 2 police officers, without hesitation, they responded to this job, putting themselves in harm's way, said Patrick Henry, president of the Police Benevolent Association. This is a tough day. We are not going to celebrate. So many lives lost, a whole family wiped out. Police said the 61-year-old woman who was also stabbed is in critical condition, and the second officer suffered a laceration to his face and is recovering. However, the suspect in the gruesome Sunday morning multiple fatal stabbing, his family said he battled mental health issues. Courtney Gordon's mother and sister said he had been mentally unstable and depressed, and they tried to get help for the 38-year-old for years but were unsuccessful. They shared a picture of Gordon in his better days. They said they are baffled as to why he attacked his family in Queens. Gordon's mother said he was living in a homeless shelter and just recently went to live with his aunt in Queens. Added he was a good son, but his mental instability was difficult to deal with and he could have harmed her as well. I don't know what's wrong, but something is wrong because if anything wasn't wrong, he wouldn't have done something like this, the mother said. So I know something is wrong. I tried to seek help for him, the sister added. No one would listen to me. I tried my very best to help him. It's just sad, and it happened. Gordon's mother said she spoke to her son just Saturday. He just said, Mama, I love you. I said, I love you too, son. He texted me and told me how much he loved me, the mother said. Police said Gardner had a criminal past. He has one prior arrest, and that was for a strangulation domestic violence incident that took place in Bronx, New York, Chief Detective Joe Kinney said. Police said Gardner had no prior criminal history connected to the Queen's home. What caused him to behave so violently there is being investigated. I know sometimes it's easier to say that people have mental health issues. And yes, mental issues is real. But the kind of situations that generally happens where Jamaicans are involved, is it then that we're going to say that majority of Jamaican men are having mental issues? Why? Is it because them put them basket where they can't reach? Or is it that they sit and procrastinate about the reality of life rather than dealing with the facts of life? Listen to me, man. I always have a way of looking at things. You see, for me, hear what? You see, if I can only afford a bike, me not worry about you I drive a Honda car. Because you see, me know say my money level is a bike. Me know say I can buy a bike and feel comfortable and do whatever I want, and me can stay on top of that without blinking an eye or worry. Me think about bike. Me not think about nobody who I drive them under. Now there is this thing where most Jamaican people, I should say, because we have some really resilience and strong people among us, yes, but too much of the bad ones is basically taking over. Now, a lot of us cast down stress on ourselves. Sometimes it's like we go look for stress and bring it down on ourselves. You understand? Because they procrastinate about things where they can't reach it. And them see everybody else having this and everybody else able to do this. They're saying why they can't. Dude, you don't know what they do to able to do what they can afford to do. And a lot of people work hard and make a lot of sacrifices to get what they want. And a lot of these youths nowadays and so on are in this time, because it's not even only the youths again, even the older ones as well. They have this thing where them just want to get up to them and not plan nothing, put nothing together, and they would like to go sit down in a one Range Rover. You know, even I see money where you can't even buy one tire put on a Range Rover, but guess what happened? Our Range Rover I feel them mindset. That is why we have so much murders, so much killing, so much bad mind, so much, I think like everything bad is happening within the Jamaican people on a whole. You understand? People need to learn to live within their means. If you're thinking beyond your means, you're going to get stressed out. You're going to get a mental breakdown. You're going to have all these kind of mental issues. Not saying that is the only reason why you get mental health, Because a lot of people, I remember a friend was telling me that most people who smoke weed generally eventually have mental issues. So that is another thing again. Because sometimes when they don't want to deal with the reality of life, they rather to take things that will help them to hallucinate into another dimension. I don't know how it works and so on, rather than dealing with the reality. And I think that is some of the underlying things that is driving our society into the hellhole that it is going so fast and deep into. People, nobody believe in take time and okay, me work today, make sure say if me work $50, me make sure at least $10 put on each week or each month or whatever until me reach an amount. No. Them want it now. So these are a lot of things that toppled our stress levels. And another thing too, we are not readily admitting where we have weaknesses. Because you will see a lot of strong men out there. You have women as well, but me talking about men at the minute. Where they are able to do a lot. But when it comes on to being literate, to understand, that is what hold them back. And instead of admitting that they could have got take up a little evening class somewhere and learn how to read and write properly, or see if them can go learn a skill and take time, learn some little stuff to help them deal with basic living in life and so on and things. They don't want to do that because a ego thing preventing them from do that. So in a sense, that add to the impact of them having mental breakdown as well. You understand? Because when I'm not able to get things done how them want it, and them have, the funny thing is they are capable of doing it, but them not intelligent enough to get it done. And I find that that is widespread amongst a lot of our people. And with that, guess what them use to hide the fact of them weakness? Ignorancy. Who ignorant more than somebody who illiterate? The more them illiterate, the more ignorant them is. You understand? The thing about it, we don't 100% know what is the case here, but because the parent of the man was saying that he have mental health issues, I'm just sick and tired of hearing that all these men just flip off the edge because of mental health issues. Me know enough people have mental health issues and them try to do what they need to do to keep them brain strong, to focus on where them want to be and what them want to achieve. And you have to know within yourself, say, feel well, something going on, you feel agitated, you feel stressed, go get some medication to help calm you, and so you can put one foot in step of the other. Nobody is perfect. I've gone through days when I totally stress out, I want to pull out every ear out of my head. You understand? I've been through those phases, and you know what I do? I find things that I know that can help me. I go to the doctor. I want medication that can help keep me calm. Sometimes make me get some sleep, because sometimes when you're able to get some good sleep, it will able to guide you. You have to want the best for yourself and your mental health. And that is something I know so well about. But it's because I am not licensed to say, okay, doctor for go telling you guys, go buy this or go buy that or go buy that. But guess what happened? There's no excuse for failure these days, You have Google. Anytime you feel agitated or whatever, use Google as well and find out which multivitamins you can get to relax you. And get on with living. And get on with focusing on life. You understand? We can't use mental breakdown every time as an excuse for doing these heinous crimes. Because we already have enough crimes that sane people doing already. It's just so disappointing that it's always Jamaicans that are connected to these crimes. Anyway, guys, please remember to comment what you think and your ideas on how to manage stress. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my platform, please. Love you all. Bye for now.